What's up, guys? Welcome back to the NA Qualifiers here for MDL. Game 2 between compLexity and OpTic. And I'm Mikelorus, going to be your caster yet again. Just had some time to get some food, and no joke, it was actually pretty salty. Thanks, PPD. But you know what? OpTic, they had a couple issues in the last game. Some of those issues being a faceless void that just stopped them cold in their tracks from doing really anything that they wanted to do. And of course, an absolutely terrifying Underlord, who did very much so the same. That's kind of what happens when you pick up a Drow Ranger draft. You're so powerful in those small skirmishes, but if you don't find them in the right time, you don't find them in the right place where you can get towers and objectives afterwards, then you kind of just fall apart as the game tends to progress. Unless you have some really weird corner case Drow draft that we don't see anymore. So definitely want to see something a little bit perhaps more standard than OpTic. It didn't seem like they're quite as comfortable in the last game playing as we have seen them play other drafts. Maybe they didn't quite prepare that as much. Just saw an opportunity and went with it. But for compLexity, definitely staying in their kind of wheelhouse. Bans are starting to morph a little bit now, as we do have the ET getting through. Still, the Omni Knight has been, I think, was he banned last game? I don't think he was banned. He's been ignored. Seen no Razor play as of yet, at least on this stream today. But ET the pickup for compLexity. I'm more than happy to first pick that guy. We've been seeing him absolutely tear everything up. So much to the point where he's just being insta-first banned. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. I wonder if Sand King is going to be a pick again. Oh, Dark Willow. No, she was banned out in the last game. That quote-unquote support hero. Man, as a support, like, she just does it all. She has damage, she has control, team fight. Maybe counter push really isn't like the thing that this is the thing that Dark Willow doesn't have. But you know what she does have that other supports don't have? She has assassination power.
5 seconds
because you have that Bedlam ultimate, and my god, does it do some serious damage. Even if you're a little bit underleveled, you could easily destroy at least certain heroes in the right circumstances. And they'll go for the Sand King one more time. I don't think that was a problem hero for OpTic. Even though they did run it in a game they just lost, I think running it back is worth it because 33 definitely performed rather well on that SK. Just give him that one more time, this time with a little bit of Dark Willow support.
10 seconds.
And you have yourself a really deadly duo whenever Dark Willow decides to join in Sand King's lane.
Remaining.
Of course, you do have the option for the 4 position or the 3 position Sand King, both of whom work pretty darn well with Dark Willow. Again, put the crown on him, land the Burrow Strike, you just have so much stun duration after that, and all the time in the world to right-click, Shadow Realm, stuff like that. I wonder if Call are going to once again run back the Z-Freak Rubik? I don't know, I mean, it seems like Kitrak is playing the really light support role, and ET is a little bit of the heavier one. So not going to do that, just going to go for the Omni Knight instead. So yeah, finally going to be Omni picked up. Gotta watch out for that Razor, the by far worst matchup, at least 1v1 matchup for an Omni Knight. But at this point, you're working with, or you're working against rather, 2 heroes that are almost exclusively magic damage based. So Repel, obviously going to be absolutely incredible. You have quite a few tools as well that gets right through the Shadow Realm effect of the Dark Willow. You're untargetable, but that does not mean invulnerable. It means invulnerable to certain things. But about none of these things from compLexity. They will all hit. Yeah, without exception, they will all hit. Except for right clicks, I guess. That doesn't work. You can't right click the untargetable guys. I wonder if Chronosphere deactivates that. I don't think it does. I think you'll stay in Shadow Realm until it naturally times out if you're hit with Chronosphere.
5 seconds remaining.
So I think that's how that works. But with an Omni Knight ET, I mean, there's a non-zero chance of Faceless Void, honestly. Like, ET Faceless Void is pretty disgusting. But probably not going to be super likely in this game. They will have to take out the Razor, which is kind of a necessary evil there. So OpTic now going to start targeting some of these lighter supports. Disruptor, AA already taken out. With Dark Willow picked up, Witch Doctor is perhaps one of the best 5 positions still left in the pool. I've seen a couple of teams run Rubik 5. Not really a huge fan of that. Lion has been picked up quite a bit more. And with ET, that's actually not too bad. No, they'll just take out the Terrorblade instead. Gotta watch out for those entrenchment strats, man. Those heroes that can just sit next to a tower with Omni Knight backup and just go to town. Those heroes, TB is probably the biggest one, with DK being a hero that's not too terrible at that either. OD is a hero that's very frequently picked up with Omni Knight for different reasons. That's something that Complexity may have their eye on right now. A little bit of a different flavor for their picks. Haven't seen that guy yet today. But I would not be surprised at all to see that picked up. That defensive power up against Dark Willow and up against Sand King definitely make or break your fights. Oh, and they'll take out the Morphling as well. Man, lots of talk about Morphling. Teams, I think, are starting to catch on to when Morphling is really the pick. When Morphling isn't the pick, I don't know, he seems really bad. But when he's good, he's amazing. So, yeah, just gotta watch out for that. Final support, gonna be that Witch Doctor for the OpTic side. So now we're looking at probably that offlane SK and Dark Willow Witch Doctor support. I mean, I mentioned earlier that Sand King versatility you get with the lanes. Dark Willow is kind of the same.
10 seconds
I feel like
remaining.
most of the time nowadays it's going to be played in a support capacity.
5
But
seconds
you can
remaining.
always have that chance of that core Dark Willow, you're dropping bombs on everyone and getting super over leveled, and you could do some really dirty assassination things with the Bedlam and, well, mostly with the Bedlam, but get a Yule Scepter or a Blink Dagger or both of them, and yeah, you could assassinate pretty much everyone. Still a lot of magic damage from OpTic, so Complexity, they'll grab the Rubik. They will have, depending
10
on what
seconds remaining.
Z-Freak, who I assume is playing the Rubik, is going to keep that null field at a lot of
5
resistance
seconds remaining.
up against this OpTic strat. And of course that Repel. Kind of similar game plan here from Complexity with just different set of heroes. And for OpTic, well, they took all the easy picks, the picks that don't really reveal all that much. And they still have some flexibility here that they can work with, but still looking for Pycat's hero, that hero that really needs to give them a little bit of direction. And whereas for Complexity, they have this Omni Knight. Compared to the Sand King, Omni Knight definitely stands up a little bit more easily in the lane by himself. Much more directly aids his allies, just by virtue of being an Omni Knight, having those defensive spells. Once again, it feels like OpTic need to go in a specific direction here. Figure out where this Dark Willow is actually going to go. And the direction they're going to go in is a Troll Warlord. That's an interesting one. Now, there is a lot of stun duration on OpTic. A ton of control. Of course, Dark Willow has hers, Sand King, Witch Doctor. You got the Burrow Strike, they got the Cask. Crown, Bramble Maze, like, even the Terrorize is not too bad. But Troll Warlord, the pick for OpTic, is a hero that you do have to kind of play that tempo game with. Super late game Troll Warlord is for sure going to be very deadly. But you also have to make sure that you kind of leverage that early game power of being able to hit buildings really quickly or go and hit creeps really quickly. Like, you kind of have to get around that early game hump and then just get nuts afterwards. And even then, like, it's all about the timings. It's all about when you pop your ultimate, and if you get controlled right after, you do so. Of course, the bane of this Troll Warlord is going to be those CC abilities, namely that Stomp from Eldritch Titan. Guardian Angel is absolutely going to be backbreaking for a Troll Warlord. Good luck doing damage when literally you cannot hit anyone. And Complexity will grab that Death Prophet. A little more of a durable hero. Siphon onto Troll Warlord is so incredibly annoying. But really, this hero, I mean, it's another kind of entrenchment hero that I was talking about earlier. Pop that Exorcism, hit the ghost, hit the towers with the ghost, and have the Omni Knight and ET as security backup. But this Death Prophet actually is getting a lot of value because she has a gigantic AoE silence. It's very rare that you see a game where it's like, yeah, get that Death Prophet pick up for the silence, man. I don't think this is one of those games necessarily, but man, like, silence absolutely crushes Witch Doctor. It annihilates Dark Willow. Sand King usually isn't going to die in the duration of a silence, but he's kind of screwed as well if that happens. Troll Warlord doesn't really care, but that silence can definitely make or break things in favor of Complexity, who should still be looking for Chessie's hero at this stage. Doesn't really seem like they need all that much. Maybe a little bit of scalability into the late game, perhaps, but at this point, you're looking at a hero that has to kind of man-fight the Troll Warlord or be able to assassinate everyone else kind of on the side. There's a lot of control on OpTic, so you would rather have a BKB carrier. Not a ton of AoE, however, so perhaps something like a Phantom Lancer is going to be preferable. Faceless Void is going to be taken out. With the Death Prophet pickup, Faceless Void would have been pretty sweet. So yeah, I'm looking at PL as not being a terrible hero for complexity. That mischance on the troll was going to be annoying no matter what, but you got to pick up something, right? Morphling's already banned out. I don't know if that would have been a great Morphling game anyway.
5
Gyro,
seconds
Tiny,
remaining.
both banned out. I wonder if OpTic have enough aggressive power. No, you can't last pick an Alchemist here. I think that's a little bit too greedy. We'll take out the Medusa, though. Make sure that OpTic don't throw them any curveballs right now. Man, I kind of hope it's not PL. I'm kind of tired of that hero. But you need a hero that can pick up a BKB. Phantom Assassin actually isn't that bad.
10 seconds
With
remaining.
ET, it's pretty ridiculous. You get the Blink Strike with the Omni Knight Purification.
5
I can see that
seconds
doing
remaining.
some pretty good work, honestly. Outside of just being PA. The mischance versus the Troll Warlord and for the PA is going to be a little bit silly to watch. As no one can hit anyone with anything. Definitely seems like they have to go into a little bit of a niche scenario here for complexity. There aren't really many heroes that you pick up and you're like, all right, we have an amazing matchup versus Troll Warlord now. Or at least not in the core capacity. Having a hero with Bash and Mischance usually makes it that Troll Warlord is going to reign supreme should he get into those scenarios. Unless you have Mass Illusions. And, Phantom Lancer definitely is a hero with Mass Illusions. I wonder what happened to Arc Warden. I mean, he was never really a big hero, but there's a couple of teams that used to play him. I don't know if Complexity was one of them. I don't seem to remember him being picked up for Complexity a lot. No, they'll just go for the Luna. Get a little bit of extra push power off of that in the early phase. Enables the Rubik and ET by quite a bit, giving them that plus 14. He's a hero that can absolutely get torn to shreds in this game, though, so you have to really watch out in your positioning if you're Luna.
10
Or
seconds
at least
remaining.
make sure that you're close to the Omni Knight and ET to bail you out of dangerous
5
scenarios.
seconds remaining.
Definitely a little bit of a risky pick. Inherently, she always is. But if the brunt of the initiation from OpTic, if the majority of the stuns go on to someone else, or if they get silenced, then an Eclipse will absolutely destroy them. And of course, if Complexity just get a little bit ahead in the lanes with the Luna, that's very feasible. They can just roll forward and just non-stop push. Into the Shrapnel might be a little bit more difficult. The Sniper pick for OpTic is looking pretty nice for a couple of reasons. Versus the Death Prophet, the matchup for CCNC should be pretty clean. The interference from a Rubik and an Elder Titan onto a Sniper, not very easy. Possible to jump on the Sniper, but if he's playing defensively in the lane, like kind of on his high ground in mid, then usually it's going to be really hard to get a great angle on him. If you do grab him, then with the Siphon, you'll be able to kill him off really quickly. But, yeah, you're going to outrange the Luna, you're going to outrange the Death Prophet. You have so many heroes to get space for you in those fights. Troll Warlord is essentially a melee hero in those engagements.
10
So getting on
seconds
top of this
remaining.
Sniper is going to be really difficult for Complexity here. But perhaps the
5
cherry on the
seconds
cake is the
remaining.
fact that Troll Warlord Battle Trance with Headshot. Whew. Yeah, that will absolutely destroy anybody. And not to mention the fact that Sniper very frequently picks up kind of on-hit effects, and the big one being Maelstrom. So if you go for that with Battle Trance attack speed, you will destroy everybody. Like, it won't even be close. So Complexity has to make sure to get initiation, but on the right target, which is very difficult. This Sniper just made the Complexity draft really, really awkward. Luna is pretty quick. Death Prophet with a Yule Scepter might be able to set up on a Sniper, but then that's where like all these stuns come in. Like, you can try to Yule Scepter the Sniper, siphon him afterwards. That's not like a bad idea or anything like that, but then you have to work through a Bramble Maze, you gotta work through Burrow Strike and Cask. It's so difficult to actually kill off CCNC, even if they do get a pick off on him. I'm liking OpTic's side, OpTic's draft, quite a bit here because of that Sniper pick. I'm not going to say that their draft is a lot better than Complexity's, because Complexities still have this potential to just get nuts out of control in the early game. But outside of that happening, where they just get an advantage with Luna in lane, kill a couple heroes, and then start just absolutely smashing all the lanes, if that doesn't happen, then I could very easily see OpTic kind of stabilizing the game and taking it from there. Like, late game, it's going to be really hard for compLexity. They have to make sure they get a lot done early. Rubik and ET is not a bad combo, but it's not really, like, the cleanest combo. It sometimes feels a little bit clunky if you work those two together. You definitely need the right opportunities to go in there. Are we going in? Pycat is really excited to play, man. Admin penalty. Oh no. Oh no. Limp is saying this. Children, avert your eyes. I have no idea what that means. I have literally no clue. Zai's gonna be playing that Dark Willow 33 on the Sand King. And pretty much, I don't see any surprises here. There's double Mango build in the Sand King, though. Definitely is the laning build. Plus 1 HP regen. Sounds really bad, but I mean, it actually adds up pretty quickly. And eating 175 mana on a hero that normally doesn't have that much in the form of mana regeneration, you usually do end up using those mangoes pretty quickly. I thought compLexity had a house. I thought they were at the house. So how come only Chessie's having problems? What's going on here? They definitely are a team with the house. It's a nice one too. I think they just moved like kind of recently. Maybe they moved to an area with shitty internet. I'm no expert, but that doesn't sound like a good place to have a team house. But, I mean, it's in the United States, and you guys know. U.S. internet, lol. You get screwed over so easily, man. I don't know. Like, maybe they have, Is Google Fiber even good? Like, I know that's, like, what a lot of people are like, oh, Google Fiber, please come to my neighborhood. But I don't actually know if it's good, or if everyone just thinks it's good, you know?
You have done
There's definitely a difference there.
Just what I was waiting for.
Laughing. Hold on, let's increase that volume, because look at my audio settings. Like, this is messed up, man. Let's master up. Let's listen to those music lines. We don't want any music. Music sucks. I have no idea what the music in Dota sounds like anymore, because like this has been my music setting since like the beginning of time. Like this 1% or even 0%. Give me some of those laugh lines. Let me see it. And now they stop. Fantastic. I love it. Thank you for that, compLexity. Actually, who was doing that? That was all OpTic. Thank you for that, OpTic. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know if like maybe it's just my audio is just a little bit off from the computer. I'm pretty sure Google is like really good internet. 'Cause otherwise, like I would have heard by now that it's like really bad or like overrated or something like that. But I haven't heard that, so I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay much attention to that type of thing. Can we go? Dude, Pycat is so impatient right now. He just wants to troll things. That's what I said, dude! Yo, CCNC, I got you, bro. I got you. compLexity is dead. Well, compLexity confirmed dead game. Call belonged to Kyle, so kicking the owner means you have to get out of his house. Oh, they did not think that one through. They don't live in a house together? Oh, beef. We have a training center with excellent internet. Playing in their apartments due to illness. Ah. Thank you to Beef for setting the record straight right now. laying down the knowledge so that I don't have to sit here looking like an absolute tool bag as I decide to figure out what's going on here. Maybe this is all part of the game plan for complexity, right? So you can see how triggered OpTic are right now. Like these guys are upset about this. Like PyCat really wants to play, like clearly wants to play. PPD is doing standard PPD things. Don't mess with this. No, screw you guys. I'm gonna change the sound settings. It's too late. We got too much delay on the stream. It's already done.
Feeling good, man.
That's not that loud. Was that loud?
Crazy.
Okay, that might have been a little bit loud. We'll turn that down a little bit. That looks right. I don't know. It looks more or less correct. Troll sniper. Dude, this is working. Complexity are playing some like serious mental games right now. Like, does Chessie even have internet problems? Or are they just not? They're just like disconnecting with him so that they can tilt OpTic. Dude, this is getting, oh shit, this is getting personal. See, I don't really know the relationship between these players. I don't know. I want to say that like there's a lot of stuff that happens where they're just ripping each other, right? They're just like having fun, palling around. And then there's stuff where it's like, dude, is there seriously like some hate here? Am I out of the loop? I know I'm out of the loop. I already said that. But like, goddamn. I played 1 hero to second place in TI. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Oh, PPD's getting really personal now. I don't have to say, I'm not even gonna say anything, man. Can we just have OpTic, like, commentate this game from the all chat box? That's all there is to it, man. For the record, guys, I'm not an admin. Casters are very infrequently, if ever, admins, or like with the ability to do anything about this. Hell, I don't even know like the pause rules. Like, I'm sure there are pause rules somewhere, but when you cast a game, no one's like, okay, here's the rule book. Here's what you got to know. Everyone's like, here's the overlays. In which case, MDL, like, they have no overlays, so that's absolutely fantastic. I love it. Like, here's the overlay. Here's the channel you're going on. Now do your thing. Like, I don't even know the rules, man. I'm sure there is a rule book, because I feel like all these tournaments should have a rule book. Was that too loud? Okay, I lowered the volume, guys. Calm down. Like, all of these tournaments should have a rule book, right? But I have no idea what they are. And let's be honest, even if I did like get given a rule book, would I really read it? Like, maybe I would open it now and just see out of curiosity. But that's not really what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna read that. Why would I read how much pause time they have when I can't do anything about it? Dark Willow's not a real hero, though. You're right. I mean, Dark Willow's only so powerful. It's all about Jex, man. Where's Jex? Yeah, you'll have to excuse my friend Jex. He's really into murder. Damn, that's dark, man. I mean, Dark Willow, I guess, obviously, you know, terrorize. But Jex, like, this guy, not her. This dude, this little dude right here. This little guy, like, I'm pretty sure he's the Bedlam guy. He's the guy who gets thrown out with Terrorize. I don't know if he does anything else here. Does Jex do anything? I'm pretty sure these spells are Dark Willow and these spells are Jex.
I am in your debt.
But, like, yeah, I mean, Dark Willow's a hero, but Jex is an absolute terror. Hey, Moo had 2 heroes, Timber and Beast. Hey, 1 hero, 2 heroes. What's the real difference there? Can I tell you guys how glad I am that I'm not in charge of adminning? Like, adminning is really easy if nothing ever goes wrong. But once shit hits the fan, like, you don't want to be an admin, like, ever. That's the shittiest thing. It's so bad. This is toxic Dota, not a good sport. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Chessie, he's back. Immediately the unpause. And, oh, they didn't repause. Okay.
Thanks.
Well. God damn. God damn. This is getting, like, real serious right now. Like, this is, like, seriously Monka-S inducing. Now, fortunately, for complexity, the player that's lagging is on a Luna. So, like, last hits might not be quite as high, but it's definitely a lot better to be playing a Luna with lag than, like, with an ET. So, like, it could be a lot worse for complexity. Like, at least the right person is lagging here, right? But everyone's loading onto their lanes. And I think it should just about be business as usual. Actually, no, Chessie going to go down towards the bottom lane, move up towards top. So we do have a little bit of an offensive tri-lane situation coming down here. Really, that's what you want to do with Luna if you can. And already Z-Freak punching PPD a little bit. That's what you get for unpausing my game. Get that plus 14 damage from that Lunar Blessing, and you are in a good spot. Although PPD is now going to see this coming, so OpTic have a chance of shuffling their lanes, but not really sure to what end.
The battle
like, this is going to be a really, really difficult lane to deal with. Pycat's going to dodge this entirely, go up towards top, and they will throw 33 to the Wolves here. And Sand King, like, isn't the worst hero up against Luna, but is kind of the worst hero up against a Luna tri-lane, because you just take so much damage. Your 2 HP regen per second from the mangoes isn't really going to be doing that much for you. I'm going to keep PPD here on this bottom lane as well, at least for a small term. Of course, Troll Warlord on this top lane is going to have a complete free ride up against this Omni Knight. Like, you just do so much more damage to an Omni Knight at range, and then throw Whirling Axes, get a couple more free hits. Purification is very, very difficult to use offensively as Moo in this lane. He's already picked it up. We can see it's not really doing much for him. He's going to have to heal himself, and that's never really what you want. If you heal yourself just for plus healing and no plus damage as an Omni Knight early on, you're feeling pretty sad. That's a lane that Moo is not going to enjoy, and this might be, unlike the other games that we've seen, a game where Moo is not going to have a complete free ride. That, of course, means that this lagger of Chessie has to step up. Oh, okay, he missed that one. I'm pretty sure it was impossible to get both. Unless he just saw it coming a mile away, which is possible. But, and we'll see what happens in this bottom lane. 33 is definitely going to get quite a bit of experience here. The initiation range of this lane is really awkward, specifically because Z-Freak needs level 2 at least. Telekinesis with a Rubik is a good way of initiating most fights, but in this scenario, not really the cleanest thing to do, especially coming from this angle where 33 can stay all the way to the right side of this lane, and then he'll see you coming, and you can hit him a couple times, but that's pretty much about it. Over in the mid lane, in the meantime, CCNC just putting the screws to limp right now, getting blocked a lot by his friendly creeps. No shrapnel up just yet, but now it's picked up, and immediately going to start chucking it in towards the Death Prophet. And this lane, just for the sniper, is one where he is going to be well preserved. Moo on top, trying to get that bounty rune via Zai, and taking a lot of damage for it. Another Bramble Maze available if he even wants to, but he's just sitting here being very persistent, chipping at Moo. 3 tangos left, purifies a creep, but man, just like that, all his purification health is gone. Standing lanes look like they're not too bad for the Radiant here. Moo's having a lot of problems on top lane, as Zai's going to go ahead and dive him and get the kill. Okay, Shadow Realm and Bramble Maze, definitely a real combo there. PPD on the bottom lane is going to die shortly after, but that's a solo kill for this Dark Willow. I don't think Pycat was even close enough to get experience for that. No, that was just all Dark Willow. So Dark Willow gets a solo kill, gets cashed in, and getting extra experience on Dark Willow support is so incredible. And of course, that's first blood right before they otherwise would have lost first blood in the bottom lane. So things are already looking much better for OpTic in this game than in the last. Like, CCNC is not only beating Limp, he's absolutely dumpstering him. Like, this isn't even close. The damage at this point, the differential between these two heroes is kind of small. And that's perfect for the sniper, because he's got a much, much better attack animation. And he's just going to straight kill Limp while I'm watching them try at the same time kill off Moo. Lay those shrapnels down, and as Death Prophet, you usually survive those engagements by siphoning the person who's going on you, but Sniper's range is too high, you can't actually siphon him. Plus, level 3 shrapnel is just like, even if you do land the siphon, you're most likely too slow to make sure it sticks. It's already a 2-kill lead for OpTic. It's not really the kills that matter so much as the fact that none of these lanes are really going well for complexity, even outside these kills. Like, how do they actually rotate in on the sniper? They, I would say, at least need some movement speed items like Kit Track if they're going to do that. A pair of boots or wind lace or something. I also need him to not die to PPD right now. I'm pretty sure he's fine. How much damage is this going to do? God damn, it's a lot of damage. He's fine, though. Moo is getting bodied out of this top lane. Has a TP out straight to his tier 1, but he has no mana. Dude, this is sad times to be complexity. Looks like their mental game plan just did not work. Their plan of trying to get into OpTic's head with that long pause. DD rune on the Witch Doctor. I don't want to mess with this guy. They definitely do need a little bit of help here for Limp. Like, he's trying his best. 15 for 4, but for 25 CS, 6 denies. Sniper almost at level 6. So he will have that Ring of Aquila mana regeneration. You usually can just check out a couple of assassinations just for harassment since you have so much mana. Moo? Oh man, Zai's just messed with Moo so much. This is universally going well for OpTic. Maybe not on this bottom lane. Burrow Strike does get the kill on Chessie. 33 will get picked off by the tower, and PPD's gonna be chased down by Z-Freak. One more hit should do it. Oh, no, 2 more hits, and Limp dies elsewhere. PPD's dead, and I chose the wrong engagement. Looks like he tried to go for CCNC and failed. Just got some help from Zai, and Limp, trying to just all in to get this lane back, is now gonna officially shut himself out of this lane. If he gets that kill, the lane is pretty much drawn, and things are looking pretty good for the Death Prophet. But since he didn't, things are looking absolutely disastrous. Only level 6 right now. Zai's still peeking around the corners. Only level 3 on that Dark Willow, but really the sniper will do all the damage, so they don't really need a super high Willow to get the kill on this Death Prophet. Even now trying to help out Moo on this top lane, but as these heroes start to disperse, this Luna is going to be more and more trouble. There is an obs here for Limp. It's a very fresh obs, so he does see it going, and Zai should figure that out. There is an observer in that area. They're going to leave Chessie in a more and more vulnerable position. Does get the Luna more experience, which is great for her, obviously. But at the same time, with the ET rotating up towards top lane, which I believe OpTic saw, means that they could do this. Just rotate a whole bunch of heroes onto the bottom lane. Limp with the haste rune, though, is going to try to set up onto 33. Burrow Strike out, Fade Bolt, right clicks with the Siphon still sticking. They got him, just barely, though. Curse Crown goes on to Chessie. He's taking a lot of damage here as well. Will get stunned. PPD and Zai should be able to finish off this Luna, but Zai's taking a lot of damage here. Here comes the sniper with the shrapnel number 1 laid down. They'll take down Chessie. Kit Track gonna try TP out, assassinate, point blank, not quite in time. He's so close. Do you really have to aim that closely, man? Come on, just go shoot him. Moo v Pycat towards top lane. Stomp will get Moo some space here, but he has no offensive power versus a Troll Warlord, so they need an additional hero here. Blind goes off, so even Z-Freak with his plus 39 can't do anything versus Pycat, even if he wasn't blinded. Like, you don't do much damage versus this Troll Warlord anyway. Chessie being here is going to give them the nuke that they need to maybe make some sort of play here. Purification is there, but 33 comes in, forces them all to disperse, lands a Burrow Strike on Z-Freak, gets the kill, and Pycat will get beamed down. So at least complexity get that. With the repel, Moo's going to get Chessie out to safety. These are forced rotations out of desperation, though, for complexity. They really don't want to be moving the Luna around this much. They don't want to be, like, dual laning with an Omni Knight in this scenario, but they have to because these lanes are just so disastrous, and even then, they do get the kill for Limp on this bottom lane onto 33 earlier, but CCNC is not being touched right now. They will drop an Epicenter, it looked like, onto Chessie. Cask still bouncing, actually. Now with the Maledict, Chessie is dead. And Z-Freak versus 33 now. will commence, but they will both dissolve that fight. The Luna gonna get picked off for the 3rd time now. That's just, man, her TP isn't even back from when she died before. That was die, TP in, die immediately after, kind of immediately after. Get pretty much no farm done in the meantime. Now Kitrak's in a little bit of trouble, as Shadow Realm should finish him off. No, not with Mew coming in. Gives them the Purification, gives them the Repel, so they'll keep the Rubik alive. But OpTic are stepping up the pressure across every single lane. And CCNC, like, he's had a very quiet lane as no one from compLexity has even started to touch him. Tower already down to half HP, sitting comfortably outside of tower range with Shrapnel at the ready. Of course, I'm sure you'll have TP support if he really needs it, but like, how do they actually kill the sniper? I don't actually know. They have to smoke on him from behind. They have bigger problems with that right now, honestly. So Sniper is having an absolute free roll. In fact, he's just gonna kill Limp again. Yeah, Limp is he dead? Well, CCNC's gonna point blank assassinate him, so yeah, he's dead. And now Shadow Realm onto Moo. Zai's in a compromised spot right now, so it looks like he will go down. No more tools here. He's gonna try to race for Moo. Not bad. He tried. All these kills, though, they just seem like consolation kills for compLexity. Like, you lost your Luna, but at least you got the Witch Doctor. Like, you lost your Death Prophet. Here's the Dark Willow to make that feel not as shitty. This is like the best early game OpTic could have ever hoped for. These lanes are just so backbreaking, man. Even that Luna lane, the start at least, didn't give compLexity nearly enough of an edge versus that Sand King. With this point, level 8, just spent a little bit of gold on something. He's got something in there, I'm sure. Yeah, he's got the upgraded boots. And Luna does not have upgraded boots of her own, compared to Pycat, who is working with the phase boots right now. 800 gold in the bank. CCNC, is he at his lance? Yeah, he's very close to his lance. In a vulnerable spot, however, the telekinesis into the Siphon represents a big possible kill. He's going to immediately try to TP out, but the Stomp will cancel and get them that kill. Limp is going to grab it. Such a desperately needed kill. Unfortunately, the creep wave is like all the way back here, so this exorcism is going to do a whole lot of nothing for Limp. They've also caught PPD in a pincer here. Beam, not quite in range. Do they want to go up the high ground? They're going to split a little bit, and they will still get the telekinesis. Now with the Eclipse, okay. I'm not really sure if PPD deserved that, but he's dead. These are the type of plays that compLexity absolutely need to be making in order to get back in. Killing off a Witch Doctor a handful of times, that's not going to make or break the game, but killing him like 3 or 4 times with a sniper here and again, that might just do it. OpTic aren't really concerned about this, though. Like, their Troll Warlord is absolutely rolling. Even though the sniper just died, he is very close to that lance. Exorcism and Eclipse both now offline, which means Chessie is completely vulnerable. Cursed Crown is giving that Pycat has all the time in the world just lay into him. Stomp will give Chessie a little bit of space and hit onto the Dark Willow. And oh my god, that right click. Plus 175, oh my god. Z-Freak, you beast. Please. Oh, this is gonna punch him so hard as... Okay, no, he's just dead. Chessie got it with a beam. That was kind of anticlimactic. That was another great rotation for compLexity. Those type of kills, get enough of them, they will start to add up. In the meantime, Repel TP, Assassinate right in the face, does cancel, and now 33 burst strikes before the Purification can even land. The thanks is called. That Soul Ring, Bank put him into lethal threshold. Now Kitrak, he's going to be in a maze of brambles. That's not a good spot for Rubik, although Chessie is here to maybe help out. The Dark Willow is untargetable, and he has another beam, but the beam will not kill off the Troll Warlord, not even close. OpTic strike back in about even fashion, if not even better than what compLexity got earlier. Still, we have CCNC with just all the gold in the world, all the space in the world. Pycat is just running a train over compLexity. He still wants to pick a fight here. Does have Z-Freak in a really, really good spot. Who's grabbed 100, 200 damage? Okay. You don't want to get close to that, Zai. Although, maybe he does, because he has Bedlam at this point. Dark Willow's level 7 with level 4 Shadow Realm. He can do some serious deeps, but while compLexity are converging on this bottom lane to do things, top lane's kind of dying. CCNC doesn't even have his Dragon Lance yet, but it doesn't matter because there's no one up here. They will find the Dark Willow, and they will kill her off.
Radiant's
Congratulations,
bottom tower
Complexity.
is under
You're going to
attack.
kill a Dark Willow in a tier 1 tower at the cost of a tier 2. Not good at all. To be fair, I guess this isn't really the fastest push. There's no Troll Warlord here.
Dire's structures
Pykat's going to go
are
for the Battle
fortified.
Fury.
Dire's
I want to say
top
that's
tower is
the
under
standard
attack.
build for Troll Warlord, but I haven't
Radiant's
really
bottom
seen
tower
enough of
is
the
under
other builds
attack.
to really know. I feel like most of the time it's Battle Fury. Like, again, you could kill off creeps
Radiant's
so
bottom
quickly.
tower
With
has
Battle
fallen.
Fury and Fervor, like, your flash farm is insane. And the tower will be held, actually. CCNC not quite with enough damage there. Now that he has the Lance to start working towards that Lightning Hammer, and once the Battle Trance gets used, CCNC is just going to machine gun everyone down. This isn't even the point in the game where Complexity are supposed to have trouble. Like, this is the point where Luna, Omni Knight, Death Prophet, these aren't heroes that typically lose lanes. At least not as much as they did. This game is going to get a lot harder for Complexity before it gets any easier. Especially for Mu. He's hit with the Maledict, does Repel, try to run away, but the right clicks, and the Assassinate, Repel wears off, bam! He's going to purify himself, and it looks like the Maledict is going to do no damage from here on out, so Mu's going to be just fine. But he gets driven out of lane, and that means the tower is forfeit. Another tower for CCNC, a little bit closer to that Lightning Hammer. Pycat kind of still playing the farm game as well. Maybe a vulnerable position, but no, that's just Kittrack. Can't really do anything here. Call out to try to just out-farm OpTic, I think. This game is starting to become more and more of an ET, please carry us game. Try to land that great silence on the 3-4 heroes. Maybe that'll make something happen for them, but anything less than that, I don't really know if it's going to do it. Oh, especially if these Ancients get jacked. PPD steals 1. They'll lose Kittrack for it, though. The Battle Trance is out. Burrow Strike onto 2. Here comes. No Epicenter gets silenced out of it. Terrorize is going to be there. 33 is going to go down. But Limp's taking so much damage from this Death Ward. GA does come down from Mu with the beams as well. Chessie looking to get in there with the Eclipse. Zai is going to hit with the Purification, will go down, but Limp's dropping fairly low himself. Does end up getting a double kill off of it, however. And 2 for 2 is the ultimate exchange. Looks like this is not quite an accurate fight recap. That is Exorcism down, though, and OpTic really don't use much of anything for it. I guess they show off the Blink Dagger, use the Epicenter. Unsuccessfully, mind you, but those aren't really, like, huge deals or anything like that. Not having an Exorcism means that Complexity can't really do anything but farm until they have another one. They can't even fight. I guess they have an Eclipse, but it's only level 1 Eclipse. That's not good enough. And Chessie shows himself on the map immediately. 33 and Zai start to converge. Blink Burrow Strike onto a silenced Luna. There it is. That doesn't actually do any damage because she has a raindrop. Zai is a little bit too far away to do anything. Stop that. Doesn't have Terrorize anyway. Luna will get away. Still, they need to kill off CCNC. Like, and Pycat. They need to kill off Pycat, like, twice. If they do that, Complexity are in a decent spot. And by decent, I mean, like, not terrible. It's still not a great spot. Maybe try to get a little bit closer to stabilization. Oh, ET. He got bashed out of his TP on bottom lane. They were looking to smoke up there. I don't believe OpTic know that Complexity are smoked up.
Invisibility.
And, oh, PPD very close to blowing the smoke. They're going to wrap around and maybe tower dive CCNC. This is so risky, though. The TP support with the Sand King can be absolutely backbreaking. They will find their target. CCNC is spotted. And it looks like this Dwarf Man is dead. The Eclipse, he is super dead. It's expensive for Complexity because of this. 33 is still shoving. Over in bottom lane is shoving as well. But they do get the kill and they do escape without any casualties. And as I say that, PPD finds Kittrack. Assassination, or Shrapnel rather, goes off. Terrorize and a Burrow Strike to cancel that TP. He's not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I mean, the kill exchange is nice for Complexity, I guess, but it's not good enough. They're not good enough to get them into parity. Even if they keep repeating that, like, let's say they find like a million more smokes on the floor, they keep smoking up and keep killing CCNC and losing a hero in the process, like, that's not how they get back in this game. They have to take a much more more high value exchange than just one hero, even if that hero is Sniper. Like, you gotta you have to be killing off the Troll Warlord with that if you're looking to get back into it. We're gonna smoke up now. OpTic, Blink, Sand King leading the way. CCNC right behind him. Still with Dragonlance, no Maelstrom yet. Not gonna find anyone. I don't believe this was smoked in complexity's vision.
Haste.
But maybe they'll have to settle for track. Yeah, they will. They do have a repel and a purification. Maybe track survives. Here comes a rotation in from Liv. Does get the silence after the Dark Willow. And they will separate the supports from everyone else. Can they get anyone here? Zai puts up the Bramble Maze. Such a huge AoE disable and is going to go into that Shadow Realm. Liv taking a full epicenter. He's going to go down. Moo's unable to do anything to help him. Nor is Z-Freak. Earthsplitter comes out there trying desperately to go for 33. They will take him down. But at the cost of their death profit, that is not an exchange complexity could be happy with. Especially since, again, Pycat is elsewhere, pushing things, killing off Lunas? No, just pushing towers. 7k lead. This game is not getting any easier for complexity. Now a tower in the mid lane is a little bit of trouble. PPD does find Z-Freak. He's by himself though, like completely, so probably a good thing for PPD to just back out of that. We'll go for the Roche though. Battle Trance, Fervor, all the tools you could possibly want to kill off Roche, and for complexity, they have no way of actually getting in here. They will drum up on Moo, but it's way too late. Bramble Maze is going to keep him out. It was the right move, but a little bit too late for that. Now PPD, messing with the Omni a little bit. Now they have the double life on the hero who's only died once and is worth all the gold in the game. Chessie is still farming reasonably well. Once he gets this BKB, maybe he'll be able to join those fights at level 2 Eclipse. Definitely that punching power was what's lacking in that fight that just happened over here. Only Exorcism on the Death Prophet without enough staying power because she doesn't have a magic immunity of her own. That's something that Complexity are really going to have to lean hard on in order to get back in this game. But at the same time, like, Pycat wasn't in that fight either. If Pycat's in that fight, if you just right-click the Luna once, like, I'm pretty sure the Luna dies to that. Or at least gets messed up to the point where she's not able to contribute properly. Pycat's gonna have magic immunity as well. This is looking really bad for Complexity. They're just desperately trying to scrape together a couple of items. The BKB on the Luna, I think that's the only item they could realistically get. Maybe a Solar Crest on this ET, maybe. No, that is going to be very nice. It isn't going to be a game-swinging item. So look at this positioning for OpTic. They don't give a damn, man. CCNC's in a pretty vulnerable spot. Kind of lagging behind, but now he's going to rejoin everyone else from OpTic. They are surrounded, but Limp is going to be the first one spotted. Moves right next to him. Burrow Strike available. 33 is going to land it onto 2. Terrorize coming in as well. And this Omnight needs to get something out, but no, can't get a single spell cast. Limp with his Ghoster out. It's not going to do enough. Luna's in the middle of the fight. Drops in the clips on the Pycat. Does take down the Aegis and will also take down Zai, but that's his BKBU used and his Eclipse as well. 33 does take down a couple in the background. Now the chase is on after Pycat. CCNC here as well as 33 gonna wind up that epicenter with the Burrow Strike available onto 2. Pycat gonna tear through the rest of them. Triple kill with 33. And that's a cleanup for OpTic, and CCNC's health pool almost perfectly full. Pycat only at half. Of course did lose that Aegis, but that's gonna be a 5 for 3 exchange if you count the Aegis. 5 for 2. We're not going to count the Aegis because that's stupid. Well, Warlord's still swinging really, really hard. Sniper doesn't even have the Maelstrom completed yet. Went for the Pike first. And this is going to be 2 racks. I think it might be. It might be just a morale victory here for OpTic because I don't know if Complexity can actually win a fight. They just don't have enough punching power in this game. The Luna dropped a perfect Eclipse in the actual perfect position. I don't think there was a single creep that got hit with the beam. Doesn't matter. Still 16 seconds left. Looks like OpTic will only get away with the 1 racks. They'll be crying all the way to the bank. We only got 1. Oh no, we have to take these shrines out now. Oh, boo-hoo. It's a BKB on Pycat. It's a Yule Scepter on 33. On top of the Blink and Force Staff. CCNC now has his Lightning Hammer. You know, Sniper wasn't really pressured in that fight. He's not really, like, super dangerous at this stage, but you still have to get on top of him. Now that he has the Maelstrom, you absolutely have to get on top of him, or else he will destroy you. His Repel and BKB on the Luna can only get you so far. OpTic, they're just camping out, man. They are just camped right outside of compLexity's base. And they're farming 0 lanes. 1 lane, maybe. Suddenly, ambush out of nowhere. Just popping that Maledict, making Chessie's life a little bit difficult. Forcing everyone from compLexity to be farming around Chessie. That is not what you want to be doing, man. You want to be spreading out and trying to greed out as much farm as possible, but knowing that the enemies are right outside your doorstep, you're bottled in. You're going to fall behind even faster than they already have been.
Is under attack.
The Blink Dagger on Zai, by the way. That terrorized, man. Completely locking Mu out of that last engagement. Get a GA in that fight. I don't think compLexity win it, but it at least looks a little bit better. He got actually no spells off, like literal 0 spells off, because of that positioning with the Burrow Strike, opening for 33 and the Terrorize afterwards. And now here comes the desperation play for compLexity. They're going to jump in, find the Troll Warlord. Eclipse is there, Terrorize a little bit too late. Then they took down Pycat. Limp's going to push forward, looking for CCNC. Eul's Scepter, he doesn't have Eul's Scepter. It's hard to use something you don't have. And looking forward for a little bit more Bedlam on the high ground, doing a little bit of damage. They're looking for 33 instead. Trying to juke and jive for all his worth, gets hit with the silence, but no damage on him means he's free to blink out. He will make it home to safety. It looks like a good engagement on the surface for compLexity, taking down that Troll Warlord, mitigating that BKB by killing him so quickly. They used the Eclipse, their own BKB? No, I don't think that was used. They used the Eclipse, they used the Exorcism, 2 really long cooldowns, and Troll's gonna be up in 30, with BKB available himself. So OpTic are gonna take that loss in stride. Okay, you got our Troll that once, with your smoke, and with all your ultimates. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna get this Maelstrom, get this BKB up on the Sniper. Next time, Troll Warlord probably will get his BKB off, because it's a Troll Warlord. He's not super easy to bring down, unless literally everyone's focusing him. Gets a BKB off, and he will go ham. It's a 10-second one still. They're going before the Troll Warlord. This is so aggressive from OpTic, and it looks like that aggression is going to be rewarded. Z-Freak in the middle of nowhere, did not see that one coming. Looking now for the Luna. She has a BKB, she'll be forced to pop it right away. That's a 9-second BKB charge down the tubes. You do not expect OpTic to move in like that before their Troll Warlord gets back up. Super aggressive play from OpTic, now looking to transition that into a set of racks on top lane. Shadow Realm. Brambles. Big damage to Chessie. Limp's gonna jump right in, start siphoning Pycat, Zai as well, but gets force-tapped out. ET's forced to buy back. Limp already out of mana, pretty much out of health as well. And OpTic took about no damage from that. PPD with the heal, has the Vessel as well. Burrow Strike on the Omni Knight, keeping him in place. Purification, Repel. He barely gets out of there. PPD actually getting siphoned as Limp catches siphons on everyone. They kill off Zai and PPD. Oh, and also put the Sniper to sleep. This is going to be a big pick off on a CCNC. One more Glaive gets the kill. Epicenter comes in, and it will kill off the Luna. Is that going to be good enough to get something for OpTic here as the Troll Warlord is coming in hot? But he is kind of all alone here. Gets thrown back. He has a BKB still available. Wants Kid Track first. And it looks like he'll get right on top of him. Purification can keep Kid Track alive for a little while longer. Pycat will still get the kill with the ranged form. Z-Freak and Limp now have to run away from the big bad Troll. Death Prophet does not have any siphon targets available. Oh, gets misses though. Still not good enough. 33 returns. And with Pycat joining the fight for real, ends up salvaging that one for OpTic. That looks so good, man. Killing off those 2 supports and catching the Sniper like that. But still, Sniper is not the threat. It's the Troll Warlord that's the big threat. So this top lane is alive. I'm not sure if that's something that they should be really happy about, because it doesn't look like it's going to be alive for much longer. Mu cannot even get close. If he tries, like, there is a Burrow Strike with his name on it. Melee racks down. I think Pycat took down the range racks while the main bulk of the fight was happening there. 1.5 racks for OG. OpTic for OpTic, not OG, OpTic. Dude, look at this. They're just waiting for Mu to step out. Waiting for anyone to step out. There's double Blink Daggers here. Surprise! You're dead. Dude, he couldn't cast anything again. Like, just insta-killed. 19k lead for OpTic. The map control for compLexity is about nil. Like, they can't step... Like, you get past this little flag thing, like, you're fine over here. Over here, you're just straight dead, man. Like, you just can't pass these little flag things. Whatever they're called. Like, I guess this one over here, like over here, it's... You can't do it. It's too dangerous. And, oh, look at this. Even Roshan's spawning soon. So, oh, PPD, he walks in at the literal same second it respawns. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's like no chance that compLexity are able to contest a Roshan attempt from OpTic. But just the timing, man. They walk right in, get the Aegis and cheese. Again, no way that compLexity can do anything about this. And now the Troll Warlord is really unkillable. I can think of very few things that can happen to get compLexity back in this game. You need... Okay, here's like the most plausible thing that can happen that can get compLexity back in. You have Death Prophet getting jumped. She siphons everyone and lives for a little bit longer, setting up for an ET 4-5-man stomp into Earthsplitter. Get that with the Eclipse. That is the most likely thing to happen that can get compLexity back into this game. That has to happen twice, though. If you do it once and this 22k lead drops down to like, what, 10k? Something like that? Like, no, that's not even the case. Like, maybe like 16k? Do it twice and maybe you got yourself something? I don't think it could happen once, though, honestly. Like, it's just not feasible. Oh, Limp's gonna show himself one more time. Blink deep, my friend. Okay, well, I'll guess wrong, and it looks like they will be unable to catch the Death Prophet. Frickin' Ethereal Blade on Sand King. When do you ever get to see Ethereal Blade on Sand King? Like, frickin' never, man. He's 3rd in the net worth. Epicenter with ethereal targets. That will destroy you. Even with the null field on Rubik, that will destroy you. And now the push comes bottom. They have the Aegis, they have the cheese. BKB on the sniper, Pycat. Got a lot of gold. I think it's worth getting, buying out like Hyperstone or something. I don't know what you replace, but he's just gonna go for it. Sentries. Oh, the D-Ward race. And now Pycat's gonna jump straight in towards Moo. He's going by himself, but he does have that BKB and the Aegis. He's gonna use the BKB rather early, trying to go for this Omni Knight. He'll fail to do so, so BKB now down for Pycat. Good aggressive play as Chessie's gonna, dodge the Burrow Strike and Epicenter with her own BKB. This Luna's chasing forward, but can't get anything. Limp's gonna blink forward now, onto 33, but with the quick Yule Scepter, Limp can no longer give chase. They will find Zai in the middle of nowhere, terrorizes his feet, blinks out of there, and is still alive, drops out of Bramble Maze. Can they not even kill Zai? Oh, please tell me they can actually kill someone. They do steal Terrorize, drop it on the back line. GA does finally get used, but Death Prophet is still losing her life right now as Chessie is doing no damage to anyone in the middle. It's the sniper in the back, just right-clicking everyone. Now PPD joining the fray with the full channel Death Ward. He's glimmered, and there's no true sight here. Here comes Pycat back in with the whirling axes, finishing the game. GG. And ultimately, OpTic, do they even use the... Okay, they lose Zai. They lose one hero. They don't use the Aegis. They don't use the cheese. They simply don't need to. Once you get that far ahead, man, it's just impossible to come back from as these compLexity heroes. Man, that laning phase, though. I don't think it's very common for Limp to get dumpstered that hard by CCNC. I don't think CCNC usually plays heroes that can dumpster people that hard. Like, usually he just doesn't get those types of heroes. But Sniper vs. Death Prophet made it happen. Pycat was free farming the entire time. Moo was getting nothing, Chessie was getting nothing, Limp was getting nothing. And if all 3 of your cores are getting nothing, well, I'm no expert, but that doesn't bode well for your chances of winning. OpTic Gaming are going to tie the series, and you know what? That is what I want to see, man. I would expect nothing less from OpTic going up against compLexity. Definitely one of the more tense NA matchups possible nowadays, even after the compLexity reshuffle. Guys, I'm Mikelorus, and I'll be right back for the 3rd and final game of the day.